Tahanan Santa Luisa is an organization that works with young street girl survivors of abuse in Metro Manila and nearby municipalities. They focus on education, therapy, and life skills training with their Care Teach Healing framework to help the girls recover and reach their full potential. Their end goal is to help these girls heal and reconcile them with their families if feasible, empowering them to be productive and independent members of society. For the stakeholders involved, the staff members, which include the board of directors, social workers, and other staff members, are those that provide protection and rehabilitation, counseling and support, and case management for the girls. The major stakeholder to mention are the street girls, as they are the main benefactors of DSL's operation. Other stakeholders would include organizations like the LGU and other NGOs who provide legal support and policy implementation. Finally, we have the surrounding community, which includes the sponsors and donors, advocacy groups, and ASMPH and their students. Sponsors and donors provide financial support for the everyday operations of the organization. Advocacy groups and ASMPH and their students are the community partners, which raise awareness about the street girls and provide community engagement through various projects such as drama and other proposed initiatives.
So, our first identified problem is a lack of a central director. TSL's previous central director, Ma'am Nellen, has resigned, and it is unclear who will be replacing her. Currently, the duties of the central director have been passed on to other staff members, leading to overwork and confusion in the chain of command. Our next problem is lack of financial resources. So, this is related to the first identified problem, as they are having difficulty with recruitment of a central director because of the low salary that they offer. Moreover, this lack of financial resources also limits them in being able to provide the best possible care for the girls of TSL. For example, they cannot expand their facilities, accept more girls, or hire more supporting staff. Lastly, the girls have picked up poor hygiene habits because of their time in the streets. Some have maintained these habits as a way to cope with the trauma they've experienced. This has direct effects on their physical health and overall well being, and it also affects those in direct contact with the girls. So their behavior can range from simply forgetting to put on deodorant daily to refusing to properly wash after defecating as a coping mechanism for trauma.
With that said, our first objective would be that within the school year 2023 to 2024, address the poor hygiene habits of the girls in TSL through an interactive hygiene educational course to help maintain an environment where young girls who have been physically and sexually abused are restored to health in mind, body, and spirit. The second objective would be that by the end of school year 2023 to 2024, empower girls through education and life skills training, particularly on general hygiene, grooming, reproductive health, sexual health, and menstrual health to adequately equip them with the necessary knowledge they may use in the future. Our third objective, to help the organization's staff members attain and develop new skills related to leadership and administration in order for existing staff members to take on larger responsibilities in the immediate future through continuous meetings and collaborative efforts with the organization within the school year 2024 to 2025.
So here are the following initiatives and interventions our group proposed. So in the first phase is a comprehensive hygiene program, which is an interactive 2-day module tackling topics related to hygiene and health. So in the first session, include topics of general hygiene practices and grooming in girls, and on the second session, include topics of female reproductive health, contraception, sex education, and menstrual health. The second phase is to strengthen human resources, prioritizing the recruitment process for a qualified and experienced central director with an extensive review and commentary of the job description of this position will help facilitate ease and speed of job recruitment, screening, selection, and employment processes. Reviewing staff job descriptions will also help address overwork of certain roles in the organization, and training programs will also be suggested and planned to enhance the skills of existing staff members. And for the third and last phase is diversifying funding sources. Creating solicitation form templates will help facilitate a smoother process of obtaining a solicitation permit from DSWD, as well as approval to strengthen the fundraising strategies of Tahanan Santa Luisa, including their social media presence. An implementation of a donor stewardship program through donor appreciation and recognition events can help cultivate relationships with individual donors supporting TSL's mission and programs.
First, we have the extensive review and commentary of the Central Director's job description. The expected outcome here is to ensure the job description clearly and specifically states what is needed from their Central Director. And for this, the only resources needed will be the original job descriptions of the Central Director. Next, we have the review of staff job descriptions. The expected outcome here is to ensure clear delineation of duties of each staff member, with specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound KPIs. And the resources needed for this activity will include the original job description of the staff and clarifications from management on what they want each role to fulfill. Expected outcome of the training programs is to research and aid in choosing programs to help current staff members develop skills, particularly in leadership and administration. And the resources needed are the specific leadership skills TSL wants to focus on building and the criteria for selection of those who can participate in this program.
Next, we have our hygiene plan, and our expected outcome is young girls who actively practice good hygiene, grooming, and are educated on female health and their rights as both children and women. The target time is a minimum of 2 sessions or 2 days with a maximum of 4 sessions, and we actually conducted 2 sessions between March and April. The resources needed are the hygiene kits, which we actually have pictures of, and learning materials such as the PowerPoint, visual aids, and short tests that were created. Following this, we have the solicitation form templates. So this is for use in fundraising activities that require formal solicitation approval from DSWD. The resources needed are paper, the template form, and the DSWD requirements for solicitation. Lastly, we have our donor stewardship program. So this is to build strong positive relationships with donors, and this can be in the form of recognition programs, regular updates, and reports. And resources needed are papers and pens for letter writing, the computer and internet, certificate and web design skills, as well as venue funds, even catering service tables and chairs for recognition programs.
TSL's vision and mission were kept in mind as the service objectives were formulated. They aim to help maintain a conducive environment for their well-being directly aligns with TSL's mission to respond to the specific needs of the girls and enhance their self-worth and dignity. The hygiene program aims to empower the girls and contribute to their holistic development. Having the basic knowledge and self-confidence assists them in finding their place in society and live normally and productively as any of the girls their age. In line with TSL's mission to empower the girls for a productive future, the initiative to diversify funding resources support TSL's objective of providing continuous education, therapy, and life skills training, as these equip the girls with the tools needed to thrive in society. These initiatives support TSL as they work to create a stable and supportive environment for their growth, long-term success, and eventual independence. As the organization undergoes major structural changes with the vacancy of the center director position, the objective to strengthen the staff's leadership and administrative skills is all the more important. These initiatives prevent staff burnout and help equip them for larger responsibilities. This ensures continuity in their work as they support the organization and its commitment to these vulnerable children.
The group created the hygiene program to improve hygiene practices, educate on sexual health and menstruation for the developing adolescent. This includes interactive lectures, experiments, and provision of personal materials and hygiene kits. Topics were formulated appropriately for the girls, and short quizzes and interactive games were used to test for knowledge. TSL taught us there's importance in communication, in building rapport and connection with our patients or partners. It can be the key to establishing cooperation with them and improving the success of treatment and therapy. In TSL, given the sensitive context of the children, we made our approach gentle and considerate while being engaging and conversational. This led to better engagement and receptivity of our intervention, as well as forming meaningful relationships with them. As future healthcare professionals, we can apply what we learn as we meet many patients coming from all walks of life. With better communication with them, we can encourage cooperation with patients and achieve better health outcomes.